I don't want to go to your birthday party. While I was spending my time in the hospital, I was told, to put it lightly, that I need to make some changes or I'm gonna die.
It's Garfield, bro. It's a fat cat eating lasagna, bro. Like what more could you want in life?
I'm such a loser, sweating God, I'm the worst.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Woodsmen Podcast. We're your hosts, Brent Murphy.
And Joey Rucker.
And man, we made it.
We
2024.
did it.
Whoop whoop. Insert some cool sounds and yeah, man. Dude, we did it. We are on our 7th episode, and it's not quite 10. It's not quite what we had planned.
No, but it's something.
It is something. And honestly, I'm proud of what we put out.
I actually am too.
It's good content. At least in my mind, it's good content. We've worked hard. I'd say we put in the hours at this point. I don't think we are at lazy stage.
I also love to bring up the fact, because we've talked about it so many times on this podcast, but let's be real. One of the only other reasons that we have only 7 episodes done is because we lost like 9 episodes. That wasn't our fault.
We were actually very ahead of schedule.
We were doing great.
When you think about it, we were very ahead. Like, if we were going by seasons, like, we would have had probably 2 seasons worth. We'd be on our 3rd season.
We were doing really good. Like,
yeah.
It's a bit of a bummer, but
for anyone who has not, we can say this because now we have episodes released. This is true. For anyone who has not listened to whatever episode we talked about the fact that episode 3. Right?
Yes, I believe it was episode 3.
If you, look at, this
it helps to have them all like categorized and uploaded
true.
and done now.
I was gonna say, like, it does help to have a big old dome, but
a big old dome?
Yeah, big old dome. You know, I got a lot of real estate, like where my forehead is. So.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't supposed to laugh. Like,
I didn't mean to laugh. I just
you
listen.
laughed.
I haven't heard a good.
You
like finger forehead joke in a long time. It's been years since people have done like I'm a 5-head.
You laughed like you realized it.
Don't pull. What's his name on me?
Yeah, the Chris D'Elia, bro. You laughed like you realized it, bro. Like, you look at me like, nah. Like, what do you mean?
When you give me like a visual,
then you. So anyway, 2024. What do you think is going on so far, man? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening, you know, at the tail end of 2023, as far as like the world, just in general. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on.
I heard some stuff was going on about Epstein.
Oh,
you heard about that?
Like the flight,
like the island or whatever, that a list was
like
of
a
names.
List was sent out and it had a whole bunch of people on there. I really don't know that much about
I don't know anything about it, but I heard like the world blew up about it.
It's very strange that we don't, considering how much we like our conspiracies and all this stuff.
Yeah, a lot of times on this podcast, we're like always like, "Did you hear about that story? We got to talk about it on the podcast." But like the Epstein thing blew up, and like neither of us really know what's going on.
If we're talking about stories, have you seen the footage that just got released like 2 days ago of a new UFO,
a new alien thing?
Yeah, dude.
Why am I not surprised anymore?
I mean, apparently it was taken in 2018, like over Iraq, which is like pretty interesting. And they're calling it the jellyfish UAP, bro, because it looks like it has like tentacles and stuff hanging down. Like, sort of like the one from Nope. So no. So remember in Star Wars, in The Empire Strikes Back, when they're on. Was it Hoth? I'm pretty sure it was Hoth. It was
The ice planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hoth.
Remember the like recon droid that they sent out that was it kind of looks like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think that this year is gonna like be slower, faster, more chaotic, the same chaotic? Because here's the thing: we had an episode, our first real episode, was us talking about 2023. It was the beginning of the year. It was January. We talked about all of our predictions of the year and what, some things came true, some things didn't.
Unfortunately.
Do you think that this year's going to be like any better or worse than 2023 was?
I mean, I guess as far as us personally, I think we've grown this past year, like just as far as more professional. Like, okay, if you really want to make something happen, we actually have to do it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? I think before it's kind of like, all right, well, if we're going to hang, we're going to hang. But it's like, when it's something where you have to prioritize, like it's important to you, I think like we make the time to do it. And we've shown that by like being here right now, like recording on the day we're supposed to record.
Yeah, yeah.
With content.
Part of it that's going to be different for the better is that I think we both mutually understand that sticking to this and, putting in the effort to get everything out the way we want to do it, it's going to take sacrifice.
Yeah.
Out of some of our free time and, just
and it's
whatever.
not going to come like overnight. And I mean, I think we've already established that now already, like just with the setbacks we've already had. But I think just like one of our goals being, we want our own cameras where,
yeah.
Like we can actually like produce the quality we want all the time, not having to worry about like either booking or renting equipment, like all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's like a really good goal. Has that goal happened yet? No. Should we expect it to? Definitely not, dude.
But
like,
comparing it to
expensive.
like our mindsets in the beginning of 2023, I think we had a lot of goals, like so many goals that were just a little out of reach at that time. I mean, I think I talked a little bit about this in the last episode, but like we're at a place right now where we have much more equipment that works much better for the setup we're trying to do for now, and we'll definitely upgrade in time. But I feel like we wanted to get all these episodes pumped out. We wanted to have video. We wanted to have, and we lost our boy. He's gone. It's all right. R.I.P. But no, I feel like we were just a little bit in over our heads at how much time it would take to get to where we are even just right now, And I think that now that we have the stuff and that we have a little bit more of a sorted schedule that I think works better, and we're not going to try and like overdo anything or like reach to goals that we just can't achieve, I think that we're going to have a much more successful year for the podcast.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. And I think that goes with just our personal lives as well. I think we're at a point that if we don't make that time and we don't make that effort to make things happen, it's just not going to work out. And I think setting realistic goals, like you said, is definitely going to be the way to achieve the long run goal, or achieving the whole war, just not just the battle,
Yeah.
Playing the long run is definitely something I think we've learned throughout this whole year, just with trial and error and everything going down. Because we didn't expect the laptop. The laptop was a heavy loss.
That was a tough one.
That was a tough one, and that was a tough one on my part on several levels. But it was a real tough one with having to accept the fact that it was my fault that we lost the episodes. Like I had the flash drive. I had every opportunity. It was
your fault to a degree, but like no one ever expects.
Yeah, but I think if you don't take the accountability, like I shouldn't have left the backpack in the car. Now, did I realize, because for anyone who hasn't watched the podcast, I have a truck. My truck is in the shop, so I took a car. The truck has one bench seat, so, not a lot of room. backpack was in the back seat of the car and got broken into.
Yeah. It was a tough time, but
Quantumania. But
one of my favorite lines from our podcast is that you were like, Quantumania, also not good enough to get my laptop stolen.
definitely not good enough to get the laptop stolen. That still holds up very true to this day.
I wish I would have, in preparation for this episode, written down some of the movies that came out this year, because I feel like we're going to talk about movies a little later, but like, I feel like there were a couple bangers this year, weren't there?
Yeah,
I mean,
dude,
wasn't F off. Spider-Verse, though, that was this year, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure, like...
Oh, you're right. Spider-Verse.
That was, like,
wild. And
peak cinema.
And we had talked about that.
You know what's wild to think about? You and me both have seen, in 2023, the best movie of the year, Spider-Verse, as well as the worst movie of the year, Poor Things.
Oh, man. You know?
We don't even need to go into detail. All I'm going to say is don't see that movie, please.
And it's, like, nominated for so many awards.
I know.
Like, so many.
I don't even...
I hate being that guy, but I do have to adjust my mic a little bit. But
no, it's fine.
Yeah, I didn't go into it with any hopes because I didn't even really know.
Neither of us knew what it was about.
So
like, the trailers didn't give you any clue as to what it was about. And I don't want to go off on a tangent about this movie. I just...
You're going to offend some people, Joey.
Yeah, I don't give a If anyone liked that movie, you are the scum of the planet.
You are
I don't
just
even...
scum.
You are scum. I do not like... I don't want to go to your birthday party.
Not the birthday party, bro.
But no, let's get down to business. We want to talk about 2024.
Yeah.
What's going to be going on, some of our goals. We want to talk about a little bit of what happened in 2023, which we've kind of started, but I feel like we should like really, hone in on it now. And I thought it would be fun to start by talking about some of our goals that we put in our 2023 New Year's video.
That should be fun.
So I labeled them, and I'd like you to read the ones that, were your idea and or your goal, and I'll read mine.
Okay.
So the first one to start is that I wanted to try working on videos again. I was just starting up like this idea that I was like, okay, I'm going to start making vlogs again. I haven't done vlogs in a while. Maybe if I'm really honing in on the creativity, I'll start making short films with Brent. I was super excited, and I have all these songs that I wrote with Tyler. I was like, I'm going to make all the music videos too. I'm going to finish them all. And I didn't do jack on any of those.
I was just about to say, what short film ideas did you have?
I had no short film ideas. I filmed no music videos. And yeah, I don't think I made a single vlog in 2023.
I mean, to be fair, yeah. So, anyways, you didn't do any of those. That's cool.
No, I did not.
You also, I would love to read this one.
Go for it.
You also said work out and stay healthy.
Yeah.
How's that one going so far?
Why do you have to word it like that? I don't like the way you worded it. How's that going? Well, if you must know, terrible.
I was just asking you a question, brother.
Yeah, okay. Well, in that episode, we talked about how I had started the first week of January eating healthier, and then the second week, I was going to implement exercise. And then by the next episode of that podcast, I think episode 2, I was like, yeah, it's been a bad week, but I'm still going to try and get back on it. I didn't get back on it. I fell so low. Was it this year that this year I had an ear infection, which is a reason that I had to go into the hospital because all of the, what is it? Not the ER. What is it? Emergency room?
Is it urgent care?
Urgent care. Thank you. Yeah, it was urgent care. I went to 3 different urgent cares, and all 3 of them just told me it's a normal ear infection. It'll be fine if you just take this medicine. And it turns out that when I went to actually go see an ear, nose, and throat guy, he was like, I don't know what urgent care you went to, but you have like fungus growing in your head and you need to get...
Dude, so you were a walking Last of Us
I
victim?
was, dude. Like, I was like, and I was in so much pain, but all that to be said,
So you went to an ear, nose, and throat guy.
you say that. Like, yes, I
How
did.
does one come about an ear, nose, and throat guy?
I don't even
You
know.
find them on the internet?
We have, like, our insurance has an app called My Chart, I believe.
So you
and
get insured for the ear, nose, and throat guy.
yeah,
That's interesting.
I'm so weirded out by your behavior right now. Anyway, all that to be said, aside from the ear problem that it did eventually get fixed, while I was spending my time in the hospital, I was told, to put it lightly, that I need to make some changes. I'm gonna die. So, I mean, not to skip ahead a little bit
Was
to
that
some
the
of our
news you were gonna tell me?
2024. No.
Oh.
Is that I'm actually, like, I'm gonna try this year. And I know how that sounds because everybody's like, oh, new year, new me. That. New year, same me, but I need to make some changes. I need to.
Yeah.
So, the news that I was telling you off air is that I have bought like a workout, what do you call them? Like, not a trainer, but like one of those trainer, like, month-long video exercises to keep up with.
Oh, okay.
It's from a company called V-Shred.
Oh, yeah. I've
Do you know
heard of
V-Shred? Yeah. So I bought a thing that basically will tell me what exercises to do for 3 months. It'll tell me what food to eat, how to prep it, and it came with, like, bonus things. So, like, if I want to work on my arms or my abs specifically, I can do separate things for them as well. And I'm hoping, because it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't super expensive, that I'm just gonna put the money to use, and I really gotta, like, better my life, this year.
Yeah.
And last year I said that, but all I was doing at the time was like, oh, I just won't order fast food, and I'll walk a mile every day, and it just wasn't. It
Dude.
wasn't the way to do it.
The one time I asked you to go on a walk with me, you complained the second we walked out of the house.
I'm hoping that one of my goals for 2024 is that by the end of the year, I won't have, because I'm not going to lie, I'm the same way right now. The idea of, like, walking and going on hikes and stuff, it's tough for me just because I am so out of shape.
Yeah.
And so one of my goals is, like, by the end of the year, even if I'm not at my peak shape, that, like, I'll just be like, yeah, let's go. Let's get out of the house. Let's work out. Let's do something.
No, that's good, bro. I mean, you're investing in you, ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't think of it as, like, money wasted unless you do waste the opportunity. I mean, at this point, like, you've put yourself on a path where it's like, all right, I bought it. Now I have to.
Yeah, now I have to do it.
I gotta utilize it.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
And I'm proud of you, bro. You gotta do it. I wanted to buy the Chris Hemsworth one, the Center.
Oh, does he have? I didn't know. I haven't heard of that one.
He has, like, his own, like, app and everything. I tried, like, the free trial, and I did one workout, and I tapped, bro. I couldn't even.
Chris Hemsworth workout.
I got to cool down, and I was like, dude, I can't believe this is cool down, bro. Like, like, I was dying.
And that's the thing that I like about this this pack that I bought. Like, not to go too into detail about it, but, like, they have different workouts or workout plans and food plans for different body things you want to get done. And so, like, if you're
like,
if
it
you
has, like,
like,
targeted,
if you're more of a guy who just needs to drop the pounds before you even start working on getting bigger muscles,
then
it has something for that. If you've lost a decent amount of weight and now you want to work on, like, bulking yourself up, then you can do that plan instead. And they have it for men and they have it for women. And the diets, they don't, like, completely remove I watched the video the other day, but I'm totally gonna butcher it. But like, they don't remove all of what is it that you totally got rid of?
Like carbs.
Carbs.
Yeah.
They don't completely remove carbs, but they do this thing called carb cycling, which is like
Okay.
you have days where you have like little to no carbs, and then you have other days where you have a lot of carbs, but you like, and it also intermittent
Fasting.
no, I don't think it's intermittent fasting.
I
But
was gonna say, you're gonna do that, bro? That's crazy.
hell no. I'm going to eat, but I'm hoping that another thing that's going to definitely keep me on track is that I'm going to like stick to this meal plan that they gave me. So, which means I'm actually going to have to plan and make my meals, which is going to suck because I hate doing that. But
That's weird that you would hate it because you enjoy cooking.
I do. I'm so lazy, and it's because of the lifestyle that I've set up for myself with my current way of living. It's like being so out of shape and not doing anything to better it also affects my mind, I think, where it becomes like my mind becomes lazy and my own brain doesn't want to like go and do stuff. So, and that's something I'm hoping to fix this year.
No, that's good, bro. Those are some good goals. Well,
What about your failures? Let's talk about some of yours.
oh, my failures. Well, musical post every week on social media. That didn't happen at all. I think I posted like twice this whole year. So yeah, that was not a good one. But
You didn't do any. Did you do? Well, I mean, we did some music stuff together.
we worked on music. But as far as posting,
Nah.
so I was
Well,
gonna
it's the
release
same
music
thing
this
with
year,
me.
too.
Is I was gonna live stream every week on Twitch. I
That
I
not
did.
happen.
It was the same thing that happened with the music.
You started strong in the
I started
beginning.
really strong, and then I just nothing.
Man, that's
The next one was something we were both gonna do, and I think we've actually sort of implemented this into our new schedule for 2024. But we definitely didn't do it in 2023.
oh yeah, like find a day in the week where we both sit down and work on creative stuff.
And it didn't have to be the podcast. It could have been like music, and it could have been filming, and it could have been the short films that I wanted to make.
Yeah,
But we didn't do any of that.
We didn't even plan it. We just send it out into the universe and
Yeah.
let the podcast run wild with it, and no return.
Yep.
No return on the investment.
We
But,
kind of.
I mean, I guess now, if we're gonna compare and contrast, now starting in 2024, we have consistently stayed on a schedule so far,
Yes.
and even on our planned days where we can't do certain things, we have made preparations to make sure it still works.
Mhm.
So, we're a couple weeks in, still consistent. So
Yeah.
we
As
just gotta
long
stay strong.
as long as for you viewers, you won't know the schedule too much, and I'm not going to get into detail. But all I'll say is, as long as the next episode of the podcast, whichever that may be, comes out this Wednesday, we're sticking to our schedule.
Yeah, then we're good.
We're
solid.
not doing what we usually do, which is that we do the first step and then we never do
Yeah.
the second.
Now, if the podcast doesn't show up on next Wednesday, then that means me and Joey have been taken hostage, and we need $20,000 to release
Yes,
us.
we'll put
So,
our Venmos
please,
in the description
and Zelle.
and Zelle.
Can't
Yeah.
forget Zelle.
Is there?
We'll make a PO box too. Just
Yeah,
in
yeah.
case.
PO box.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll put our
You can
street
send
address.
Yeah. Why don't you send the money to my house? My mom would be very pleased to have some friends over.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll set up, like you said, a PO box. We'll go and we'll set up an official one, and you can send it to
and
there.
then you guys can steal it at the.
We should do that
mail.
thing. It's never gonna work because we're not like hot women on TikTok. But we should do that thing where we just give out our Amazon wish lists and hope that people pay for it eventually. And you just
That would be great. Could you imagine someone paying for all the toilet paper that I could buy on Amazon?
do you buy toilet paper from Amazon?
No, I'm just getting ready for the next,
The next wave.
panoramic,
Hey man, it's been spiking again. Which,
Yeah.
funny enough, is something that happened on our New Year's episode for 2023. We had talked about how you brought up how there was another spike, and apparently it's happening again in 2024.
Yippee. Well, can't win them every time, but Sure can win them part of the time.
Yeah.
We made it a good how many months before we get completely locked down again?
Hey man,
I
I'm
don't know.
still under the
I mean, you're immune. So.
I'm immune, exactly. I've never had it. Have you? Wait, you never got it though, did you?
No.
So you're immune too.
Yeah, but I was forced to get the shot.
Oh, see, I
and, like, the
never
booster
I
and
never
all
got
that, so-
vaccinated.
I mean, not forced. I was okay with the first one. I was just forced to get the next like 3.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I was never got sick though. I mean, I think I maybe got a headache or something and shrugged it off. Ate some ice cream and then carried on with my day. I don't know. I don't know.
Just
man.
moved on.
Just moved on.
I
with
mean,
my
that's
life.
what COVID is these days. Like, so
Just
like
moving on.
they've become pharmaceutical commercials. These days, COVID is
Yeah.
not like. Do you remember when it first came out?
Well,
2020,
yeah, people
like
were buying all the toilet paper.
yeah, that's true.
Hence the Amazon wish list, guys. Come on. Well, I mean, anyways, you also have right here other fun facts of 2023. Me and Ashley did just start dating.
Mm-hmm.
I asked her out in mid-December of 2022. So
And
yeah.
it's been over a year now, right?
Yeah.
Officially.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
like
Congrats.
Year and a month.
congrats for you, my friend. You did it. Hoorah! Hoorah! She
Yeah, we made it, guys. We made it. You know, I didn't think I'd get this far. to be
Was it
honest.
another like pick me up and drop you at your peak?
Yeah.
You
No, I'm
fu-
still going, man. We're still
You still
going.
did it. You did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riz.
Riz. The thing I found funny about this was the fact that Riz was a new word. Like
That's
you had
something
brought
I
it
did
up
not have either.
on the. You have way more Riz than I do, but. But Riz was a new word because when you had said it in the episode, I didn't even know what you were talking about.
You're like, dude, what?
But by the end of the year, it
got
was
put in the
Oxford's
dictionary, right?
Oxford's word of the year. Oxford put Riz, which like I
That just
guess
shows
isn't that
you-
bad
that
because
just
the
shows you
year
the
prior.
power of words
I know.
within a year, brother.
It's insane. That word blew up and like no one's even using it anymore. That's what always happens.
I mean,
When's the last time you heard someone say Riz legitimately?
right now.
That's not the point.
So anyway, what other word did they put in the dictionary?
They put gaslighting, but that was the 2023 year
That's
of
interesting.
the word of the year. That was gaslighting. So I guess it's not that unbelievable that
It's
Riz.
crazy. I mean, it's really crazy that gaslighting has always been a thing, and we just now made a word for it.
Yeah, and what a weird word for it.
Yeah, gaslighting.
What's the point of it? Do you know why they call it gaslighting? Because if you're lighting gas, it blows up and it
I was
catches
thinking,
on fire. It
I
doesn't
was-
like
I
not.
was thinking like running a stoplight, like gaslighting. You know, you're like, all right, I'm gonna give the car gas and run through the light. You know, like I don't know. I don't know. It's a fun word though.
It is a fun word. I like gaslighting much better than I like Riz.
You don't want the Riz?
No, I don't want the Riz.
Oh, that's disappointing. Well, I mean, you win some, you lose some, but I mean, 2024 video games?
Okay, wait, but
got
before
some
we
crazy
do video
things.
games, there's one more 2023 fact that we have to talk about
Really?
because
Tell me more.
and it's the last one we have right there. We both, and we talked about this in one episode, I can't remember which one, but we
Probably
both
in all of them.
predicted the alien shit that went down in 2023 in our first episode. Our first real
Yes,
episode.
sir.
I think I asked you like, what kind of extraordinary event do you think is going to happen in 2023? And you were like, I don't know. And I said, I think it's going to be something to do with aliens. And you go, I'll one up you, bro. I think
Full
there's going to be
disclosure,
like a
buddy.
straight up
Disclosure,
alien
buddy.
encounter thing that happens that like totally sparks change in the world.
Yep.
And then what was it like?
And then Dave Grush came out with videos from the Navy.
We had
and
the
Air
whole court
Force,
case that went down.
Yep.
And, like everybody like, and
and now everyone's taking stuff seriously, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I just
excited,
thought it
guys.
was crazy.
Guys, chat. I am so freaking excited. And I hope you guys are too, because we're going to lose a lot of viewers with the amount of talk about aliens we're going to do when some goes
when
down.
some real
'Cause
stuff happens, we're going to be going
buddy,
wild talking
we
about.
are going to go from the Woodsmen Podcast to the Woodsmen Abducted by Aliens Podcast. That's it, bro. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know for 2024. I don't know if something big is gonna happen, or if we're just gonna get a whole bunch of stuff like released that already has happened.
I don't know either. I don't think this is going to be an alien year. Like, I'm not picking up the same vibes that I did
I'm
in
not
that
either,
episode.
though. No. Like this last year, definitely heavy alien vibe. But I don't know. Something big is going to happen. I have a feeling it's probably going to be something big war related. Like
yeah,
with
probably. I don't
the
like to
whole
think that too,
Israel
but
and,
yeah.
like that whole thing. I just feel like something.
Is the election this year? Or.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Man, that just shows how uncultured we are. We are 23 years old and we have no idea when election year is.
Yeah.
I mean, who's really to blame us, though? I mean, who have we been given that's going to give us a fighting chance,
Dude,
man?
I want, like, and I know this is going to sound like an old man type of statement, but I want another, like, Reagan or, like I want another, like, president who, like, I don't know, brings people together instead of becomes internet memes. And I know we're never going to have
Yeah.
that because
Internet
Internet has
presidents
just-
are not good.
totally taken over.
I just want change. I just want there to be a shift in realizing, man, maybe there's more to life than working and, yourself to the grave.
Yeah.
I just think there needs to be just a change in the way we value people's time, because people's time is their life, and you don't get that back. So I think it's
We've talked about it in so many
We have,
episodes that
man.
we want the world to be less hateful. And we want it just...
we're more considerate about like other people and other people's like, situations and their problems, and stop revolving so much about like, oh, well, the world runs on money. The almighty dollar,
Yeah.
Like, I just think that's our issue,
It is. Absolutely it
if
is.
we valued life over money, I think we would solve a lot of the issues that we have now, and that we're currently facing.
Oh, yeah.
Currently in how many trillions of dollars of debt, It's only getting worse. And now, all this war stuff, all this, all the fighting back and forth, all of the hypocrisy, all of the, just all the political, like, shadiness. Not a good time to be in America.
So who are you going
right
to vote
now.
for?
I don't even know who's running. Not even gonna lie to you.
I don't think we should be giving our political...
I know Trump is running, but that's...
Is he, though? What didn't something happen to him recently where he got, like, mixed up in a scandal or something? I know he gets mixed up in so many scandals all the time.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, pick which one, bro. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, never mind. I take that back.
Yeah,
I recant my statement.
I don't know, though. I honestly don't know. I have done no research. I know where I stand. I know what I think, needs to be done. But I'm just one person, So the best I can do is just read up, do the research, and, just instead of picking, political party-wise, pick, who's going to make the world a better place, regardless of, like, what party they're about, I think parties have ran us into the ground in general.
Oh, I
think
totally agree.
If we ran as people instead of ran as a party, that would totally change the game, But again, that's based off of currency and, the capitalism, like, of being a political power, you need a party to back you financially and to get you out there. So I understand why it's done, but it's just a really, shitty thing, I guess, to involve yourself in. There's no way around it. It's just not something to get mixed up in. People are just going crazy right now. So
Yeah, that's the state of our world. But there's good things in the world.
like 2024 video games?
2024 video games is exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
I mean, honestly, there's really not too many video
That's
games.
also true. It's gonna be a bit of a
Like
slow
we
year.
say like, oh my gosh, dude, video games, wow. Like, I mean, we're maybe excited for like.
I mean, some of them look interesting.
I mean, Rise of Ronin.
So what is that one about?
Isn't that? Oh,
Because I don't know if
that's not the last Ronin, is it? Is the last Ronin the?
Are you talking like?
I think that's the Ninja Turtles.
Are you
one.
talking the Ninja? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
don't tell me that's the Ninja Turtle game because,
I think that's it.
bruh,
I don't know what it's called, but
I have been getting so into this story.
It looks insane.
And like, I'm pretty sure it's Mikey who's the like lone survivor.
I'm pretty sure it's Mikey in the comics.
Yeah, in the comics.
So-
That's what I'm saying. And I don't know about the game. It could be different, but
yeah. Donatello, bro.
dude, I don't know which one would hurt the most. Like, Raph, if he was the final turtle, he'd be a stone cold killer, like for sure. And if
100%.
if
yeah,
Leo
yeah,
did
yeah.
it, I think that he would just sink into like a depression. Not to like geek out on the Ninja Turtles, but like, dude,
You love the Ninja Turtles.
I just
bro.
grew up with them. Like, I watched that that TMNT movie that I think you said you don't know for sure if you watched, but it was like one of my favorite DVDs that we owned back in the days of DVDs, not streaming
That's
service.
so sad to say, by the way.
We're getting
Back
old,
in the
man.
day of DVDs, bro. Like, I
Bro.
have so many DVDs. I have so many
So do
CDs,
I.
bro. Like,
You have a way better collection than I do. Like, I love your collection. We have like one of those old flappy books with like the pages that
nah,
are.
dude, we got the whole tower, bro. We got the whole tower.
I would love to play Rise of Ronin if that genuinely
I
is
think
like.
that's what it is, bro. I'm pretty sure.
What is Star Wars Dark Forces? Do
You know, that's a good question. I actually put this on here because I wanted to know if you knew what that was, because I haven't heard of that. Like, at all.
No, I'm not sure.
I'm still waiting for that bounty hunting one. As much as I talk shit on it, I really do want to
The one,
travel space.
the
and
one that
everything.
was that we originally thought in 2023 was going to be the multiplayer open
Yeah.
world, but it ended up being about that girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just want to see how cool the.
I think it'll
space
be
exploration's
fun.
gonna be. Like,
I think it'll be more fun. Ooh, actually, I might have a controversial opinion if I say that, because I was gonna say it might be more fun than Battle. Is it Battle? No, the one with the guy from Shameless.
oh,
What are those ones called?
Jedi Survivor.
Fallen. Is it Fallen Order? No.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Is it?
I think that is.
It's
yeah.
at least one of them, I think.
know
but
you're, with Cal Kestis.
yeah. I think this game, at least in graphics and traversal, I
It
think
looks
would be
just very
way better than that
expansive.
movie.
I think
their
it's way
game.
expansive. I just really want it to be very open world.
Yeah,
you know?
so do I.
That's what I really.
It.
want.
I mean, the takeoff from going from planet to space does look kind of sick.
It does look
so.
pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
And I think
I
it's.
wanna
I
play
think they
Starfield,
said
bro.
that you can customize your ships too. You can really customize your ships in Starfield. Yeah.
Dude, I've seen people make like the whole last Millennium Falcon.
Yep,
I'm just like,
yep.
bro, what? Like,
People are go
that is
crazy on
wild.
that game.
yeah, that game. That comes out on February 28th. So I guess we'll see. I mean, that's in like a month. So
Yeah.
a little bit over a month. So I'm excited. I've never played Final Fantasy 7, but that comes out the 29th.
This is Final Fantasy the one that's like anime ish, or is this a different
I
one?
believe so.
It's that one that has like a mix of anime and also like Disney characters, isn't it?
I believe so.
Like, I don't want to speak out of my ass, but let's just say that Final Fantasy is that game that I'm talking
Or
about.
that's Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, no. I think that's Kingdom Hearts. Okay. Then let me say this.
I don't know.
I hate Kingdom Hearts. It
Yeah,
looks
I don't-
so ridiculous.
I've played a little bit of Kingdom Hearts, and it's
Like,
it's
every
not
time I
that
see
good.
a trailer, it looks like the graphics have gotten worse and the story is just...
I don't understand why the graphics do look significantly worse. Like,
Dude,
The
and
more they-
and Final Fantasy... Why do I not know what Final Fantasy is? Because there's definitely...
well, I think I was thinking of Kingdom Hearts, so I am also at a loss. I don't.
You
But
know?
I mean, it's
It's-
Final Fantasy 7, so obviously
There's been
it's-
quite a
there's
few.
Been 7, so. I mean, there's that. They're making a Call of Duty Warzone mobile.
Mobile.
Yeah,
I mean,
But the
Is it gonna-
release date is to be announced. So
do
I don't know
you?
when that
Okay,
comes
here's
out.
a question for you, my friend. Do you actually think that mobile games are ever good? I mean, like at this stage of our life.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
PUBG Mobile.
Okay, but here's the thing, and here's why I'm going to argue against that. Because PUBG Mobile was so dumbed down from the original game that it made it easier for mobile players to win.
Exactly.
So you just don't want a challenge? You don't want to play the real game and
I mean, it was fun.
like test your skills?
I mean, I have the game on PS5.
I know you have the game, so do I, but like I kind of enjoy the more like fear nature when you're like out in the war zone and you have to like lay down in the grass and hope that they don't see you. And
I mean, I miss Warzone. I'm down to play Warzone.
Warzone would be fun.
Warzone would be pretty.
But isn't it like
scary now.
180 gigabytes or something
Dude,
like
I
that?
don't even know, but imagine
something
how
ridiculous.
big it is on the PS5.
Oh god.
Dude, that download would probably take 2 days, bro.
I thought the PS5 was going to have so much space. And because
Because you see the 180 gigs or you see the 800 gigs or something on there, and you're like, oh yeah, that's more
it's
than enough.
gone in a
Like,
second.
No, not at
Yeah.
all. The games are wild. But the games we are or should be the most excited for: Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered for the PS5, bro.
See, okay, but are they talking our Tomb Raider 1 through 3 or are they talking like those OG like
No,
Tomb Raider games?
Our Tomb Raider.
Those are the ones getting
Yes.
remastered? Bro, I don't know when it's happening, but I know for a fact they're working on Tomb Raider 4.
Can they please bring back multiplayer, bro?
We've been asking for that for
The
years,
multiplayer
dude.
is just so good.
It was super fun, and I don't understand why
I
they got rid of
wonder-
it.
I wonder if we could buy it on PS5.
What?
Tomb Raider 2 for the multiplayer.
Tomb Raider 2 for
Was
the
it
multiplayer?
2 or
It was
was it
1.
one?
Tomb
One.
Raider 1 was the one that
Tomb
had
Raider 1 for the multiplayer.
multiplayer. We probably could, and it's probably
I
not
wonder
that
if it's
much.
split screen.
Was it split screen on X? Did we play on Xbox?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
we
God, did we play on Xbox?
That's so crazy.
Oh, we're so old, dude.
The Xbox 360.
The
bro.
Xbox 360. That was my
The
jam.
Modern Warfare 3 edition PS.
I
or
didn't have that one.
The Xbox. Yeah.
Dude, and I remember like there was a Christmas where I got the next Tomb Raider game. What is it? Rise?
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I got that game, and like I think Isaac or something knocked down the Xbox at the time, and like the disc
Oh,
just got
yeah.
destroyed. We ended up getting a replacement for it because we
I
got the
remember
warranty.
that.
But man,
You
I
were
remember
so mad,
I
bro.
was so angry, dude.
Especially a new game too.
Yeah, like who does that? Like, come on, party foul, party foul.
That's a big party foul, bro.
Dude, I would love it if they like full force like remaster these games. Like
It would be so nice because I mean I'm playing The Witcher 3 remastered right now for PS5 and oh my gosh, bro!
I still got to try Witcher
it's
out.
wild. Like it is ridiculously expansive. Like
Really?
it's,
I mean,
it's cool.
you showed me a little bit of it. It does definitely look more fun than I thought.
No, it's
I'm
it's
still
pretty good,
kind of
bro.
on the
I like it.
tangent.
I also really like how well it flows as far as like combat and everything. Like the dodging and everything is very like driven.
So here's
So-
a real question, not knowing anything about The Witcher and being totally
Based off the show.
no, there's a word but I can't think of it. Do you think you like the gameplay because it feels like Assassin's Creed controls? Now, I don't know whether or not it is.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
it's not like Assassin's Creed.
It's not.
at all.
Okay.
No.
Because just from the little bit you showed me, it kind of looked similar in movement styles.
Movement styles, I would say yeah, but there's no parkour. There's no none of that. I think I like it more because it feels like an updated Skyrim type of vibe.
Oh,
And the
okay.
gore on it's really nice too.
Oh, is it?
I mean, you can
I always love talking
you
like
can cut people
the gore,
in
the
half
blood, and the
and like cut off limbs and stuff like in like combat, and I just think like just that for
No, I totally feel that. That's how I feel
realistic,
about
purposes. It's cool.
Last of Us 2. I was the same way because like being able to like
Stop,
shoot
bro, I
off a
still
guy's
haven't even
arm.
Played The Last of Us 2.
I know. You have to.
I know.
You got to get around to it.
I'm ready, bro, because that game looks so freaking fun, bro. So ready.
That's kind of the majority of the games, isn't it? There's not many.
That's it, bro.
There's
really
not too many
that
games
cool
coming
games.
out. However, one thing that I think we both love is movies. And there aren't the best movies coming out, but there's actually quite a few that I think we will either have an opinion about, love, hate, and or... So I just have a...
Definitely Nosferatu, bro. I'm actually
Did you
very
even
ready for
hear
that.
about this movie? Because I didn't know it existed. I was looking
There
it
was
up.
like a trailer. for
Was
it
there?
already. Yeah.
Not that I've
seen
seen,
it.
right?
I've seen it in the movie theaters.
I don't remember anything about Nosferatu.
Because
Literally,
you don't go and see horror movies.
I know. I want
So-
to. I want to do it more often. I just never get around to it, So
You know.
I just don't know, like, how often do horror movies come out? Oh,
Like,
there was that
a lot.
last movie that just came out that I
just saw
wanted to
Night
see.
Swim.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
It was okay.
It wasn't. Like,
Doesn't that have the guy from The Boys in it?
Yeah, it has
I don't remember his name.
Kurt Russell's son.
That fool's Kurt Russell's son?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
No, dude, it was a good flick. It was a good flick. It wasn't like my favorite, but I just didn't really care too much for the concept, I guess. But
Did you ever
as
get
far as the movie, it was good.
Did you ever get the chance to see The Boogeyman?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, I actually really enjoyed it. But, like, I enjoyed it a lot because...
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Dang,
Yeah, because
that's-
you read the book.
Yeah, I read the story, and then I went and watched it, and it made me appreciate it so much more.
I mean, you always you gotta love reading a book, and then going to see the movie. Because then, first of all, you already feel accomplished because you read the whole book. I mean, I'm not a book nerd, so any book I finished is an accomplishment.
Hey,
but-
I mean, don't get me wrong. This book was a short story in a book of short stories, so it wasn't like I read a whole novel to get the...
It's
source
fine.
material.
You just say you read The Boogeyman by Stephen King, and I'm gonna give you
Yeah,
respect.
exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just how it works.
Of course.
So. But I mean, yeah, I never saw that one. But there are some pretty good. I think.
I didn't see too many horror movies coming out this year.
No, not really.
There's horror comedy. I mean, Beetlejuice 2 is coming out.
I am ready for that.
I think that'll be fun. That's supposed to have, what's her name, Jenna Ortega in it. And I think Winona Ryder's coming back for the film, as well as,
That'll be cool.
what's his name?
I love Winona Ryder, bro.
Dude, why could I not remember his name? It's like it's Beetlejuice. Batman. Vulture from Homecoming.
Oh my gosh, Michael Keaton.
Thank you, man. That was so
I don't know
bad.
why. I was like,
It
wait.
was so terrible of me. But yeah, he's gonna be playing Beetlejuice again, which I think is gonna be great.
Yeah, but I mean, you can have a great movie, but you can also have a remake. Like Mean Girls 2 is probably
Why?
gonna be really.
What's the
not good.
point? Apparently, so if I'm correct, maybe this is a different movie, but I'm pretty sure this Mean Girls is based off of a musical of Mean Girls that came out after the movie. So Mean Girls 2 is supposed to be like what happens in the musical.
What?
Now, I don't know if the movie's going to be a musical, and I
Well,
could be speaking out of my ass, but
I mean, I don't know, but I just know from seeing trailers and stuff, like they call her Regina George and all this stuff. Like they all have the same names.
really.
So I don't know if they're literally just remaking.
But aren't the original cast in it? Like as like side characters and or
I think I saw the
themselves?
teacher. and
Dude, I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know, but I think you just need to not, mess with it. It's already.
There's too many. Like Beetlejuice
why?
is one thing, but like aren't you tired of sequels? I mean,
I'm tired
Or
of
poorly made
I'm
sequels, I
tired of
guess.
remakes, dude. Sequels are
Dude,
one thing,
yeah,
but like remakes, there's just because they're not good. Like if they were good remakes, then I'd be like, all right, cool. But like all the remakes I've been seeing have been pretty not up to par.
there's like every remake that comes out these days are majority of the time like, who the hell asked?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like, who wanted
no
it?
One
No
asked for
one
this, yeah.
like, you think you're gonna make all this cash, and then it's happening a lot with Disney these days. It's still gonna happen. Did you see that they're making Mufasa the Lion King? That's
What?
That's a thing that's coming out apparently. I don't. You know, it's funny. I didn't see it on the list that I was looking at online, but I'm pretty sure Snow White was supposed to come out in 2024, but it wasn't on the list of the 50 most, hyped movies for 2024.
Because it's not hype
I,
at all.
I know.
I mean, I kind of
Apparently,
don't like it either.
Are we gonna get canceled for having an opinion on that? Because
I mean, I just don't like her as a person. It doesn't even have to do with the because I know some people are mad because like, oh, she's Latina, but like, Snow White's supposed to be white as snow.
Dude,
I just don't like her attitude.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
I
like
don't care
literally-
what she looks like.
Like,
Snow
I
White
mean,
can be
like-
any race for all I care.
I was like, all right, that's a little dumb because like that is the whole reason why she's called Snow White. But like I can
Yeah.
get over it. Like that's not like that's not really the issue. The issue is like you're just like
She was saying all this
Ugh.
stuff about how, Snow White isn't like gonna be looking for love anymore because like the prince in the first movie was like super like
weird
and
kissing
like
her while
yeah,
she-
and,
yeah.
and like kissing her when she's asleep, and it's like, dude, what happened to love? What happened to the idea of just?
I think it's just people just take things out of context just to fit a narrative that like they want to like push, and I think that's gonna be our downfall as a society. I think to get our points across, we'll take any like piece of information that might fit that category and they just blow it out of proportion. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're seeing it like all the time right now. So 2024, bro, it's probably gonna get either progressively worse, or maybe just a little bit better.
Nah, I don't think it's gonna get better.
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's
probably
gonna either
progressively worse.
stay
Yeah.
stagnant or it's just gonna
Yeah.
get worse.
I mean, I am excited for Madam Web.
Madam Web, I hope
It
is
looks
good.
Very interesting.
I could
that-
see the fans probably being the determinator, the
The
determining
determining
factor.
Yeah.
The determinator.
The determinator. I'll be back.
I'll be back. No, I think the fans are definitely going to be the determining factor on whether or not that movie actually makes it past
I mean,
one film.
It just looks like a fan-made film in general.
It does. Did
And
you ever
that's why
see
it's, like,
that
interesting
Spider-Man
for me.
YouTube short film that came out in 2023, I
It's
believe?
pretty good for a fan-made.
It looks a lot like that,
It does low-key look like that.
but with a higher
it's a
budget.
very different writing style too. Like the
Mhm.
writing is very, at least from the trailers, like it just seems very.
I feel
not
like the
Spider-Man-ish.
Sonyverse has very similar writing as far as Spider-Man related stuff goes. Like
Well, yeah, even with,
Venom
like-
does really good, but I
Yeah.
think Morbius and Madam Web are gonna be kind of like just runner-ups to Venom.
Well, I think they all take a lot darker of a tone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just in general. I mean, you can even see with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man 2. I mean, like a darker feel. Very.
Dude, how much would you pay for a Amazing Spider-Man 3 where he just doesn't pull his punches anymore? Could you imagine?
Dude.
I mean, it would be so sick.
Like seeing him in like Spider-Man 2 game type, where he's
Bro.
just like
after Gwen dies, he goes on this spree where he like gets just
to
hot-headed.
The
and-
rage where it's like if he has
Yeah,
like a symbiote
yeah.
or something, like he's doing like a symbiote screech type of thing, like
Oh,
getting mad.
Dude,
and
I have a
every-
question for you
like,
because I
be
think we
insane.
might disagree.
Oh. Okay.
What are your thoughts on symbiote stories in movies these days? Now I'll give you my reasoning so you can
Okay.
have a way to answer.
You also have to give me an example.
I think there's too much of it. I think we got Venom. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone was blown away. They
I
were
would
like, "Oh
agree.
my god,
I
this is
would
the
agree.
best."
Well, because they just casted him perfect. Tom
Yeah.
Hardy was the perfect like.
Venom 2 came out and it wasn't as good, but people still enjoyed it and it was cool to finally see Carnage on film. And then you had it connect to the MCU where we got that post-credit scene where the Venom was left over in the MCU universe.
Yeah.
Now we're getting Venom 3. That's apparently supposed to be another film in 2024. And I don't know. I feel like the whole symbiote, and we got the Spider-Man game as well, where Venom is being included, and he's like the big bad. And I'm not saying I hate Venom, but like I'm getting a little tired of the symbiote stuff. Maybe that's just me, but like I want to see something else. Like I want to see something that you don't see often, like the Chameleon or Shocker or Scorpion or something. Like something where Rhino, like a good story about Rhino, not that Russian mob guy from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. What are your thoughts on the symbiote now?
I think I disagree only because some of my favorite villains, like in like the Marvel comics, happen to be symbiotes. So that's like,
Yeah.
like I don't think that'll ever be a battle won with me. Like I personally think they did Carnage so.
You just don't think it's getting like old a little, like not bad, but like a little old, like repetitive or anything? Really?
Not yet.
I mean, that's fair.
Because here's the thing, bro. This is like just the start, really, of Venom. I mean, we had Venom introduced movie-wise, live action in Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have that for Andrew Garfield. We haven't technically had that for Tom Holland. And think of how many movies that is in between. Like, with all of those movies, then you consider like, we got two Venom movies. You know,
but that's what I'm worried about. We're getting.
I think they should add those other characters you're talking about, but I think they should just keep adding on to like the Venom storyline and like all the symbiote stuff, and bring them in when needed. But I mean, yeah, I would like to see like something with the Rhino, like maybe a TV series, like with the Rhino,
cool,
like and it's like Rhino based, and you get like his whole backstory and everything. That'd be pretty crazy.
And I know it's probably coming, but I would love to see Kingpin with Spider-Man. Like,
especially the Kingpin that they have for Echo, bro, is like he's a really.
Have you watched it yet?
I haven't. Dude.
I haven't either.
I haven't watched a single episode.
I haven't either.
Like it kind of just came out of nowhere. It was like, oh shoot,
dude, yeah,
like,
and it was the whole season. I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, it looks really good, and the girl that they got to play her and everything, I've seen her in like interviews. She seems so nice. Like she seems like
cool.
a genuine. She's like, I'm just so happy to be here. Like,
is she actually an amputee? Or is that just in the show?
Because I know she's an amputee, but I know
she's really deaf.
She signs. Yeah, she signs. But
yeah.
I don't know about that, though. But I also haven't watched any of Echo, so I wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
Like how much they play into that and all that kind of stuff.
Now for a real banger of disagreements.
Oh.
I don't think I'm going to like Kraven. I don't think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to actually probably hate it, and I think you're going to love it.
You're wild for that one, bro. You're wild for that one, bro.
I know.
You can't get over his voice. You can't get over his voice.
It's not just his voice. He's so small.
It's literally young Kraven, bro. Give him a chance,
young
bro.
Kraven.
He's a young Kraven. Obviously, he's not Spider-Man level Kraven as we know him.
So you think that Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to, like, one day be in the MCU, but, like, bigger and way more Kraven-y?
Yeah, he can
Hell no.
Dude, he can be a beef patty if he wants to.
He ain't going to be Kraven beef patty. Did you see Kraven
Give
in the
him
game?
A chance, bro.
Have you gotten there yet?
That's unrealistic, though.
No, it's not. There are people
Rock
that
isn't even that big, bro. You want someone as big as The Rock to play the Kraven? He wouldn't be able to move.
Yes. I want someone.
He'd be like, you know, like he'd be trying to run like he couldn't, bro, because the muscles are too big.
Chris
It just doesn't
Hemsworth
work.
could have been a better Kraven body wise.
Okay,
now fine.
Wait,
maybe I'm body shaming.
Can we just stop to think like Chris Hemsworth is Kraven, bro? How crazy that would be. That would be wild, bro.
That would be insane.
Freaking animal skins and everything, just chill, like rated R Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, like from Extraction 2 type of breaking people.
Dude, that would be so crazy.
And you know why it's so crazy? Because you're stuck with Aaron Taylor Johnson as the Kraven.
It could still be like a phenomenal movie. Have you seen how big he looks right now? He's pretty big, bro.
I don't know.
You get that big and you talk to me.
I don't
You
know,
get that
dude.
big and
It's
you tell me
just
you're not worth playing it, bro.
and they're the guy that they hired to be his dad. I wish I could remember his name, but he's been in a bunch of movies.
He would actually play a really good like old Craven.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Voice wise, his voice acting is phenomenal for Craven. Whoever's
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
the dad, like
He's
he has a really good voice.
yeah, and maybe that's just what it is. Maybe I got distracted by how terrible I
They
think the
shouldn't
voice
have put
is.
both of the voices together in the trailer because it did probably really goof
Dude,
up
that literally
people's
ruined it
opinion.
for me because
Yeah.
at first I was like, okay,
You're like, oh,
he's
the
jumping
voice?
around
That's crazy,
buildings,
that's
he's like
crazy.
stabbing people, but then all of a sudden the dad started talking, and
Craven.
it's like, you know what it's like? You know what it's like, my friend? It's like the fact that Chris Pratt is not only playing Mario, but now eventually playing Garfield.
I mean,
Don't you tell me
I
you're
mean-
excited for don't tell me you're excited for Garfield. Bill Murray was the best.
Okay. That's facts. I don't think they could have casted anyone better to play Garfield.
But
than Bill
instead
Murray.
they're like, I'm Chris Pratt. I'm gonna eat lasagna. He doesn't like. Everyone was so pissed
Oh,
in Mario that he was just gonna sound like Chris Pratt. But at least like in the Mario movie, he kind of had that accent. You know,
yeah.
he had something. He doesn't have any accent in Garfield. He's not like making his voice deeper or sluggish like you would expect Garfield to sound like.
He's like,
he
"Ah,
just
I'm Chris
sounds.
Pratt."
He sounds like the Lego Movie Chris Pratt, dude. They're the same characters,
I
except
mean,
one eats lasagna.
So you're telling me you're not gonna go watch that movie with me?
I'm gonna go watch the movie because Sam Jackson is playing his dad,
But
but I
like,
don't want to see it because of Chris
but it's
Pratt.
Garfield, bro. Garfield trumps anything. Like it's Garfield, bro. It's a fat cat eating lasagna, bro. Like what more could you want in life than a cat that eats lasagna? If Kona ate lasagna, I would flip my dude. Like a cat that eats lasagna? Like real G's move in silence like
You
lasagna?
get a dog, man. Moose could eat.
Nah.
Moose could
It's not
totally.
the same. Yeah, you're right, because it's expected of dogs to eat whatever. But a cat eating lasagna, Joey? Lasagna.
You're not gonna sell me on this. I'm not excited for this movie. I will see it with you because I am a good friend, and I want to.
Alright, well,
I want
that's
to
really
rate. I want to rate
that's
it
really
on the
all I needed.
podcast. But
Oh, man. Well, I mean, those are some good movies. Do you have any movies that you, like, really, really wanted to cover? Oh, I mean,
my
Kingdom of the Planet
Kingdom of the Planet of the
Apes.
Apes is the thing I'm most excited about. Like I
That
have
movie is
been
gonna
an
be-
avid fan of this franchise.
Especially the new ones, bro. They've just been
ones are so
so
good.
freaking insane, dude.
I love them so much. I don't know what it is that like sparks something in my brain.
Because it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't work that we are able to make a movie that's that realistic. Like,
And it's like
I
one thing I
oh,
love in writing,
man.
and this movie does it a lot, but I notice it in little things. Like I've noticed it in Shameless and Walking Dead. Like there's the thing I love in cinema and media is the type of writing where someone starts out one way or something starts out one way, and you can notice how progressively through the franchise or film that by the end there's something completely different.
Yeah.
And so like I love that in the first Planet of the Apes movie, the new ones, it was just an ape. It was just like this monkey who didn't have free will or anything. He was given a drug and got smart.
And then just going on the journey. I mean, it's literally a coming of age story,
It is,
Like
dude, and I love it so much.
but not with the human. And that's
Yeah,
the thing that people
and that's what's
are-
so weird.
Yeah.
You know,
You kinda
so
forget- you
did you
kinda
ever
forget it's
see
not
the
human.
third one? The third Planet
I've
of
seen
the
all
Apes?
of them.
So you know that Caesar died in the last one.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why I'm so excited because I don't think
R.I.P.
that
Big
this
monk.
is because I heard this is supposed to be like at least a couple hundred years. since the last movie. So I originally thought that the
okay.
monkey in the film, like in the trailer, was his son. And maybe it is. I don't know for sure that it's going to be hundreds of years later,
I think his son
but it could be
lived that long?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know for sure
Oh.
if it's a
You think
couple
it's
hundred
just
years,
now a new...
but it could, if it is a couple hundred years later, it could just very well be a new monkey with a new story. But
I mean, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
miss Caesar.
Caesar was so good,
Caesar was
and he
so
was
good,
played
bro.
by one of my favorite
Serkis,
actors.
bro.
Andy Serkis does so good in CGI
What a
cinema.
phenomenal voice actor, just in
You know the
general.
worst role he ever played? Can you guess?
No.
Snoke.
Oh.
He was Snoke in the new Star Wars films. That bald-headed...
What a legend.
No, not what a legend. That was the most disappointing.
No. I mean, what a legend for Andy Serkis. Staying committed to a role that was absolute garbage, bro.
Dude, have you seen... we every time we get on something like Star Wars or Marvel, we just go on tangents. But have you seen those interviews with, like, Mark Hamill and, like, Daisy Ridley, where they're just, like... roasting the writers of the new films.
I haven't seen the ones with Daisy Ridley, but I have seen the ones where he's just
Daisy
going
Ridley's
off,
one is
just
super
like,
funny
what
because
the
she's
hell?
sitting there and she's like, "Yeah, I play Rey Skywalker, except I'm not actually a Skywalker. I'm a Palpatine, but I'm not really a Palpatine because I was raised in a desert by other people. But I was also trash and they left me and I was an orphan. But yeah, Rey Skywalker."
Ray Skywalker.
It's just like she totally gets like that.
Dude, now she's gonna have her own movie, so hopefully it.
Is she getting her own movie
Mhm.
in Star Wars?
Yeah.
What? Why? I mean, I don't even hate Daisy Ridley. I just hate what they did to that character.
I don't know what story they're gonna go off. Like, are they just making their own story, or?
I'm clueless on that.
I don't know.
I heard
But,
what's his
apparently
name
She's supposed to have her own movie.
just took over control or co-control of all Star Wars franchises. That the guy who's like responsible for making Ahsoka and I think he did a little bit on the actual like cartoon shows. He may have done way more, but I just can't
okay.
remember off the top of my head. But
I mean, hopefully that'll revamp.
yeah,
That'll be good.
that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was
Damn,
there
dude.
any other ones that I wanted to talk with you about? I thought you'd be kind of interested in the Bob Marley one, but I don't know what like.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Definitely want to watch it. I don't really know much other than the trailer, but I mean, you know, I like Bob Marley and
Yeah,
everything he stood for was just, you know, peace and love, bro. So
I think it's gonna be a cool film.
it's gonna
I'm
be
definitely
good.
gonna go see it.
I mean, from the trailers, it looks like it has a lot of really good potential. So
I think the one that we can't not talk about though, if we're gonna move on from movies,
Joker.
we've talked about Joker on the podcast
Okay,
before.
which
Actually,
one? I was trying to guess. in your head.
Deadpool 3.
Oh my gosh, dude! Yeah,
This is going to be.
I am trying so hard to not look at the set pictures, but I've seen so many, and
I
like,
just saw
oh
one,
my
and I don't
gosh.
know if it's real or not. But it was
Better
like
not be Hugh with the mask. Stop, bro.
I. D-
All right, don't show me it. 'Cause
I'm
I
not
don't
going to
wanna
show
know if it's
you
real.
because I don't know
want
if it's real or not either. And if it is, I'm kind of sad that I saw it.
it.
But
Because it's good.
it looks pretty cool.
Oh,
I don't know. I
and
don't.
I hope it was spoiled for you, so it's not spoiled for me, and
Was
I can see it.
Did you actually get the spoilers for Endgame from Jackson, or did
Nah. Well,
he try?
He sent it literally as I was going into my movie because he was in the movie the time before I was going for mine,
Oh,
and he sent like a list of like stuff that happened in the movie.
what a dick, bro! That's so funny though.
That's pretty good.
That's
That's
cruel.
I mean, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for this movie, dude.
It's gonna be so good, dude. I mean, Hugh Jackman and my
I
boy
never
Ryan
thought. I never thought in my life that he would come back.
again.
Yeah, like dude.
He's so buff. I've seen videos of him in the gym, and it's like, dude, why are your arms so massive, bro?
I know,
like, you have
dude,
no
I
business
know.
being that big.
It's
like,
wild. It's insane. I can't wait. And I'm such a Wolverine junkie too. Like Wolverine is in my top 3 heroes of all time. And so like I remember growing up, every film from X1 to Logan
Yeah.
was the same thing that I was talking about, how you have this person who's this one guy and he has this story in the beginning and he's just someone totally different by the end.
You watch him like
it was
get
the
hardened
first
as a man and
first Marvel movie I ever cried in. Like I swear
Logan, bro.
Logan.
Logan, oh my gosh, yeah, that one got me, bro.
She turns the thing into an X on his grave and I was like like I was
bawling like a
bawling
child
like
in the back row.
baby,
like,
dude.
People are like looking back like, hey, yo, get this bitch out of here, bro. Like, what the?
I was, dude. And I'm tearing up right now.
No shame,
No,
dude.
no,
I mean,
dude,
no
it was
shame. It was a good movie.
It was so good. And so, but because of that, Hugh Jackman, he just is Wolverine to me. Hubert
Jackman.
Huey Jack, he said that he wasn't going to come back. He was like,
Yeah,
Logan
he
is
was
the
done.
perfect
He was
send
done.
off for my.
The only way he would come back was if he were to do something with Ryan Reynolds, and
He once said
by God, they
that
made
the
it
MCU would be the only, like, one of the only ways he might come back, and I was like,
happen. It's not gonna happen.
it's not gonna
And
happen.
then Disney bought Fox.
Well, you know what really started the trend was when they bought Sony, or like co-bought Sony. They didn't.
their partnership. Or
Yeah, their
whatever.
partnership that they're still doing. Like when that happened, that moment in the trailer for Civil War, that trailer in Civil War where he's like, "Hey everyone," and Spider-Man's there, and you're like,
You're like,
no,
you're like, what?
no,
The fuck?
nothing like that had ever happened before. And then I was like, "There's no way on earth we're ever gonna get the X-Men back." You know what's kind of wild to me? You know what's kind of stupid in my mind?
Tell me what's stupid in your mind.
I don't like that Beast made it into the MCU before Wolverine did.
Dude,
Spoilers for the Marvels,
you're.
but if you didn't see it, I'm happy for you.
I'm glad you saw it.
Have
Finally.
you not? Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
saw it.
I saw it like pretty early.
Yeah.
I saw it like maybe like not opening night, but maybe opening weekend.
Mm.
It was. I mean, it was alright.
Dude, the moment they
wasn't-
went to that singing planet, I was like, I might
the
check out
The
this.
singing planet was probably the cringiest part, and then the second cringiest part was everything with Miss Marvel.
Oh, you didn't like what's her name as Miss Marvel?
No, she's not. No,
Not your.
she's not a good actress. In my opinion, she's not a good actress.
But you know what's
I don't
funny?
really-
I don't necessarily disagree with you. I think that she's not a great actress. I think she has her funny moments. But the internet totally disagrees with you and me.
Oh, I know.
The
know that
internet
everyone
loves her.
and I don't.
Thinks that that Miss Marvel the show is like one of the peak cinema moments for MCU shows. And I was like, really? Like, and people hate on. That's what, like, I don't understand the critics, bro, because they're like going out of their way to love the Miss Marvel, but then also on things like Moon Knight,
Yeah,
and I don't understand it. Like,
because you would think it was like maybe like a racial like kind of thing, like
Mhm.
maybe like like we want to push like the racial equality, so we're gonna like really boost the positivity with having I don't know what race she is, but
I don't know off the top of my head, and I think we should not guess.
but you would think like it would be like the same, like you said, like for like Moon Knight and everything. Like I didn't see people like really hype that up. Like
No
that
one.
much. People didn't even really hype up Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but that was because that one was boring. But
Yeah, but you would.
But that's my
think-
personal opinion.
Yeah, but with Ms. Marvel,
Mhm.
it would be the same thing. But they didn't hype. They didn't hype up. That like
No,
they
they
did Ms.
didn't.
Marvel. So like I don't know. Because it wasn't good. I mean, I watched. I watched some of it. I was done, dude. I
it
checked
got
out.
so weird. There
I
was
checked out
time
after
travel.
maybe the second episode, and I was like, nope.
Dude, there was time travel and like people dying by disintegrating into bones, like weird, wacky scenes where
Whoa.
you're like, why the hell is this happening? And then her just being like a funny, charismatic person through all
Yeah.
this, and it's like, what are you
You're
laughing
like,
at right
What is
now?
happening?
Like, what?
You just watch this person get disintegrated right in front
Yeah,
of you,
dude.
and
Oh, dude.
yeah, I don't know, man.
But
They just don't make it like they used to.
all that being said, though, I definitely think that Ryan Reynolds is going to pull through, and he's going to make us
He's
a
gonna
banger of a
He's
movie.
gonna save it.
And I heard the TVA is supposed to be in it. I don't know how true that is, but I heard the TVA is supposed to be in that film. That would be wild.
Man, that's gonna be insane. Okay. Well, we can't stay on movies.
We
This
can't.
whole
We
night.
can't. I know.
So, I mean, we've already talked about some of our goals for 2024.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about our goals for 2023. But, I think we just got to start with what are we trying to do for the podcast? What's the agenda for the next year, do you think?
Well, I think we have talked a little bit in either this episode or the last, like, of some easy things, or not easy, but, some common things that we could do, like uploading a video every week. That's like a must. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we got to hands down.
Every Wednesday.
Yeah, every Wednesday.
Wednesday's chat. 12.
Come to the channel
12 p.m.
every
Pacific
Wednesday.
Standard
It'll be
Time.
great.
Yes.
But no,
Yes.
I also think that,
Right.
I mean, one of the goals I want to do is I definitely want to get at least one camera this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Maybe we can get two, but I think that if we can like strive for like by the end of the year, we'll have like one really good camera for the podcast. That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
And it would be great
one
for
that
filming.
doesn't have a time limit on.
Yep,
on filming,
exactly.
and that's the goal, honestly. And I'm pretty sure that's a achievable goal. Because I know another goal is like start filming in a better location.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, that could even work back at the studio that we were recording at before for
That's true.
episode 5. Because I'll be back in school. We'll have a place to do that. We'll hopefully be able to rent out cameras, so you guys will get some
Are you?
freshed up
I mean,
content.
I don't mean to ask questions about that like while we're recording, but are you able to rent the room if you don't rent any equipment? Because like, let's say,
Yeah.
like best case scenario, we start to like just own everything we need.
Yeah.
You're allowed to just rent the room.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Now everything like kind of comes in the room now because of how everything.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. So you don't have to like get it like
yeah, so you don't
separately
have to do a
and
whole bunch of
oh, that's
different
cool.
things.
That's
It's
cool.
all like in there. They even have like an editing like thing set up. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool. But that's definitely one of the goals that I think is going to be pretty achievable this year.
I
Just
think.
having like more space, being able to
Oh yeah.
spread out, add some more stuff. Eventually we can get like a nice background.
Mhm.
Where it actually looks
What
like
you
maybe
don't
we're
like?
in the woods.
You don't like our nice garage vibe that we're working with
I really
right now?
love the surfboard on the side of me. Also with the Craftsman tool bench on the other side. That is definitely my favorite.
Dude, I
favorite
love it. I
backdrop.
love it.
Yeah.
Mine's. I
I
got
would
drums
like to look
and
like we're in a cabin.
that
That's
would
the
be a
goal.
pretty cool set. Having like, dude, could you imagine if it was like us in front of a fireplace?
I
Just,
would love.
just like
I
you
would
and me,
Love that.
like sitting on some two big ass recliners with the
Yeah,
mics in
like
front
the
of
leather,
us.
like the
Yeah,
old school, like
yeah.
the old money leather recliners,
Dude,
bro.
that would be so much
In
fun.
a dinner jacket. Yeah, that's
I think
it.
another thing that we need to strive for, and we may have mentioned it, but is that I think we're going to try and get out our podcast on every podcast platform
Yes.
soon. So
Spotify,
please look forward
Apple
to that.
Podcasts.
I don't know if it'll be
iHeartRadio.
done by this episode, but hopefully by at least episode 10, you will be able to start listening to our podcast on everything.
Yeah, because we know if you're driving and or you're going on a walk, you're going on a hike, you're walking your dog, walking your cat, maybe your giraffe. I don't know, man. You can be walking
giraffe.
whatever you want, but sometimes you don't want to sit down and watch two big guys talk about random things for an hour and a half. Sometimes you want to listen to two big guys talk about random things for an hour
Exactly.
and a
Yeah,
half.
yeah.
So, I think that's definitely the outlet we're going to be going. So, hopefully by episode 10, you guys can be listening to us on every platform.
Yes, and hopefully it's good because
Yeah, hopefully we meet all the requirements and
Yep, yep. I think we will.
Yeah.
I think that's actually not one of I don't think it's going to be like 2023 where that's a goal that's out of reach, like I was talking about earlier. I think that one's completely within reach for us this year.
That's very achievable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
think that'll be
we've
fun.
already looked into things and stuff too. I mean, I would love to get a website up this year.
A website would be pretty cool.
A website and a Patreon.
Yeah.
Now, religiously posting on Patreon and all that stuff, that's a whole other thing. But
Yeah, we'll
at
figure
least-
out
at
the
least getting
Patreon
something
thing as we
up,
go.
You know, and as you guys know, we talk about it all the time. We're pretty poor, and it's hard doing this for free. I will tell you. You know, we meet up about 3 days a week, and each one of those days we're working at least a 4 to 8 hour shift, depending on what we're doing. So
Yeah.
I mean, it adds up when you're working full time, and then I'm going back to school, and I'll be working and maintaining any kind of social life. Pretty crazy. So I mean, something like Patreon would be an outlet that you guys could help show
And
your
we would
support.
love, this is not necessarily on our 2024 goal list because
We
it
will
is a
add
bit
our Amazon
unachievable.
wish list, too.
No. This is a little more unachievable probably for this year, but eventually we're totally going to have merch. Please, for the
yeah.
love of God, if we make
Yeah,
merch, please buy it.
because we are going to wear our own merch, and if we're the only ones wearing our own
Absolutely.
merch, that's just embarrassing.
It is, but we got some ideas. Like that's another thing.
Can,
We're planning
Can I pitch
on-
one of the ideas? I mean, I've already told you, but can I pitch it
Sure,
for
sure.
the audience?
Go
Now,
for it.
You guys need to let us know it. Those dogs are getting really annoying. I don't know if you guys have been able to hear those dogs this whole podcast, but they have barked the entire time we've been recording today.
Yeah.
Anyways, bear with me, chat. You're gonna have to tell. You're gonna have to tell us in the comment section if you want these. At the 20th episode,
Okay.
I've listened for 20 episodes, and all I got was this dumb T-shirt. That's
We
it.
should totally update that every
That's it.
big milestone
Every
of episodes.
10 episodes, we should
Oh,
count up.
dude, I don't think it should be every
No,
10. I think
every
it should be like 10,
bear
20.
with me, bro. Every 10 episodes, you have to count up the minutes of every single one and add it.
I
Every
think
10
every
episodes,
shirt
you
should
just
be
update
like,
it
I
every time.
watched, so and so amount of episodes. And then when we do an update, the next shirt will just be like a red line through that last number
And
and,
it
then
just-
write the new one.
That's it. That's the one. That's the one.
But no, seriously, we're working on some ideas for new logos and some promotional stuff. So definitely in the future, I don't know about this year, but if we do get some merch going, we would love
Yeah.
to share it with you guys.
And of course, we're those guys. We're gonna be doing the most. It's not gonna be just T-shirts. I'm a long sleeve guy.
Oh, yeah,
Joey's a hoodie guy.
I would love hats too.
Hats
Hats would be so
beanies,
cool. Beanies would be
some
dope.
knitted beanies, some mugs for all my coffee and my tea drinkers. Like, we got a lot lined up. Maybe even some like phone cases or something.
Phone cases would be kind of cool.
With, like,
yeah.
with a little bear or a little wolf on it. Your little friends here at the Woodsmen Podcast. So I mean, you could have us with you everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be listening to two fat guys talking about whatever for an hour and a half. So
Yeah.
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 it's a pretty good time. But I think those are some pretty achievable goals. I think having our first guest would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty fun.
We've already been
Yeah.
talking about that for a while, so hopefully we can get that working.
We just
I
gotta
would
buy
love-
the damn cable.
Yeah, we literally just need to buy a cable that's worth like $20, and we still haven't done it. But
If even that
it's probably
amount,
not
it's
even
like.
$20, bro. It's probably some dumb.
But it would be fun. It would be fun to get like anyone. Like we could have anyone from Isaac the Loofah to someone we've never met, and we just want to get their life story.
I would love to have
People
someone
who-
on when we do like a spooky topic.
Spooky topic
like-
would be great.
Maybe interview someone.
I would love it. I would love it.
Oh man, you're just getting my creative juices flowing.
Tingling.
Tingling. Oh man, dude, that's great. Well, and our last one here that I think is like pretty important, trying to get our first sponsor. That's definitely.
I think
a major-
definitely by the
that's
end of the
definitely a
year,
major goal.
that's like it's a bit higher up of a goal, but I think it's much more achievable than merch at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think that by the end of the year, we could totally at least have, as long as we stick to this schedule and we're serious about this, we
can
could
get
definitely at least
one.
one. Definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, just hit my microphone. It scared me a little
No,
bit.
you're good.
Nah, I think that's definitely achievable. And I think if we keep putting in the work like we've been doing, I think that's definitely a possibility for sure.
I agree.
But, you know, hey, man, that's a lot of updates. But I think we could do it.
I think so. I think pretty much everything we talked about in this episode is far more achievable for what we want to do this year than what we originally had planned for 2023. Those boys were babies. They were just getting started.
Now I'm grown.
Now I'm a grown man.
I drank my milk. My bones are strong.
My bones is big.
I'll give you a big bone.
Oh, damn.
And that'll do it.
Thank you for watching. No, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's it because we're going to record our outro and everything. Or we're going to throw the outro in.
Yeah, but there is one last thing that we got to do.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah. You can't.
I'm already forgetting traditions, man.
Oh, don't worry. I got you. I'm right here for you. So.
I'm right here for you.
So I'm going to have you throw it first this time because I threw it first in the last.
That's a load of barnacles.
Load of barnacles.
All right. This is a pretty great tradition, I'm not going to lie. You know, eventually,
for those
when
of
we
you
have
who
a lot of cameras, we can get some action
oh
shots.
Yeah,
like over the shoulder shots.
Top down type of thing. Yeah, that'll be great.
That's the one. All
For
right.
those of you who don't know, this tradition is that we both take turns throwing a coin in a cup. Whoever makes it first gets to pick the topic for the next episode.
Yeah. So this was my topic because on Christmas I won.
Mm-hmm.
Like usual.
This is our second iteration of doing this. We're hoping to keep it going for every.
As you guys can tell by me not remembering that we were gonna do this, we'll cut that part out. It's okay.
It's good.
You're like, no, we're not.
We'll keep it in.
We're gonna keep it in. All right, you guys ready? This is for my dog Kobe. R.I.P. to the Mamba.
Oh, missed. Almost.
I'm sorry, Kobe.
My turn. All right. Can he
Don't
do
do
it? Oh, come on!
I feel like that has to count.
I mean, I'm down to make
it. You made it in.
Yeah,
you made
okay.
it in. It just
Cool.
didn't stay. All right, so our boy Joseph will be choosing the topic for the next episode.
So just make
Hopefully
sure
you come
to
prepared with the
make sure to
saucy
tune
one.
in, and if you want to know what we're going to talk about next week, make sure to come back next Wednesday.
Yep, because as of right now, we have no idea what next week will hold.
Exactly. So,
hey man, I love you, dog.
Love you too, buddy.
All right, love you, chat. Thank you for coming to the Woodsmen Podcast. We're your hosts, Brent Murphy
and Joey Rucker.
Later, Gators.
The Woodsmen Podcast is co-produced by Brent Murphy and Joey Rucker.
Engineered by Brent Murphy and edited by Joey Rucker.
Additional editing by Brent Murphy and blood, sweat, and tears by the both of us.
Any content by the Woodsmen Podcast may not be used without our permission.
And remember, your New Year's resolution is probably a waste of time.